Hello everybody, I'm Cynical Butthole, and welcome to 7 Days to Die. Now, my intentions in creating this video are not what you might think, which you may have noticed by the title. This isn't going to be a video like most of my normal videos. This video is going to be directed at why I don't think you should invest in this game, mainly looking from the console perspective, because this game has been out around, I don't know, I want to say close to about a year and a half, maybe longer than that, maybe closer to 2. And they just recently announced, they being the company who created this game, the Stone Pimps, had just announced a partnership deal with another company that they are going to make this game available to console people, PS4, Xbox One, relatively soon, within the next 2 months, I believe. And while I think that may be a really good idea in a lot of situations, I think that this is not the right game for them to pull that kind of crap with. Now, I'm going to take a fairly aggressive stance right now and say that I don't believe you should invest in this game in console at all. And the reasons why I say that are going to be explained as we go through this video, but seeing as how this is just going to be kind of almost like a smear video, I guess, which I don't mean it to be, but I've been noticing a lot of Facebook ads popping up for this game. Like, an incredible amount of Facebook ads that I've seen, which is really interesting considering that I didn't even like the Stone Pimps page before I even saw the ads, so I don't mention the name online a lot. So I wouldn't see targeted ads for this kind of thing. But I'm here to tell you why I don't think you should invest in the game for the console. I've had the game for nearly a year and a half now, I would say, and I've only put 44 hours into the game total. I've given it quite a few chances, and every time a large patch comes out, I come back into the game and I play it, but it's so hard for me to enjoy this game, which is very difficult for me to say because I've got over 500 hours in Gary's Mod, which is a game that by itself has pretty much nothing in it. The first 400 hours of Gary's Mod that I had played, I used no mods. At that point, mods weren't yet in the workshop for Gary's Mod. They were still something you had to go to the websites and download, and then use WinRAR. Use your illegally downloaded copy of WinRAR to extract all the files and make sure the mods ran right. If you ran too many mods, then it became a shitstorm and nothing worked properly. But now, obviously things are a little bit different for Gary's Mod, but this should just give you an example of my commitment to a game that had pretty much nothing in it. All I did was play on a dark RP server and admin that for a friend of ours for, pretty much almost the entirety of the 500 hours, actually. So, a little bit more of an explanation on why I'm saying what I'm saying. The Stone Pimps, I'm reading and speaking at the same time, please excuse me. The Stone Pimps have not been very vigilant with keeping their promises as far as updates go. There are a lot of games out there that I feel do an incredible job of keeping in contact with their fans and making sure that they understand, that we're not abandoning you guys, we're just doing work. And I've been the kind of person who invests very heavily in a lot of early access games because I really like early access games. I love early access games because it's so incredible to play a game and to be there with it as things change and expand and things get better and things get worse and maybe we should do it a different way. But either way, I like being a part of that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, this game has let me down a lot. They really hype this game up a lot in the ad videos, and they talk about how awesome it is, and now there's a whole bunch of pieces coming out where they're having other guest stars come on and be like, man, this is a great game, let's play it, here's a live stream, here's some of the new features that's coming out. Like, that's great and all, but we haven't actually seen a lot of those features yet. They promised us the 14.0 alpha update, I believe it was 2 months ago. And then we didn't actually see the update until a month after their supposed release date, or I think it might have been 20 days, 30 days, just about. Which wouldn't have been a problem if we wouldn't have been left hung out to dry for it. You know, if they would have said, hey, the patch is going to be a little bit late, we run into problems, or, you know, Tony left his flash drive in his car and the car got thrown off a bridge, that's one thing, but we kind of didn't get anything at all. It was just wait for it to happen. So that, on one end, really bothers me, because considering that anybody who's played this game has shelled out the money necessary to play the game in early access, kind of is entitled to, you know, just updates every once in a while. Now, I have fallen victim to a couple early access games promising a lot and then not actually delivering on that. One of the examples I would use is Air Brawl. That game was very heavily advertised. You know, not heavily. That game was infrequently advertised on a website, Imgur, or Imager, or whatever your pronunciation is. And after the first 2 advertisements, I was like, okay, this game looks pretty cool. The advertisements were spaced a few months apart, and I thought, you know, this game actually looks fun. I was interested the first time around, but the second time around, they announced that it's coming to Steam Early Access. And I was like, great, excited, super excited. I bought it, and I played the shit out of it. It's a great game. Me and my friends all play it, and it's fantastic, but I haven't seen an update from that guy in almost 6 months. Even if the update is, I hate you guys, and I don't want to work on this game anymore, let us know. You know, it's very bothersome, and it worries me when people just think that they can do shit like that and just walk away from it. Obviously you're not obligated to finish the game, nor are you even obligated to talk to the people who support the game, but it's kind of a big fuck you that really shouldn't be accepted or acceptable in this kind of a scenario. So I'm here to tell you more specifically, I suppose, why I don't think you should invest in this game. And a good couple of reasons to that, for me, would be they don't update frequently. Their most recent update broke the game, and they had to release 6 patches after that just to fix what they had broke, which, yeah, I'm glad they fixed it at all, but I don't think that should have been the case at all. Like, at all. But, you know, maybe that's not for me to decide. They haven't released a price on what they're going to be doing with this game on console, on PS4, and Xbox One, but they're probably going to do like the $30 price tag like they have with it now. I believe the price tag is $30. And that really bugs me. Sorry about that. And that really bugs me because I don't think they should have a deal with another company to move this over to a new medium like PS4 and Xbox One, because this game isn't complete. It's nowhere near complete. It's still in early alpha, and if you've been watching this so far, then you might notice that the game seems okay, but it's buggy as all hell. Like, pick up the rock, that's fine. It's playable, but there's so much wrong with the game that I don't believe that they should be putting out extra funds or potentially setting up deals with people to do something like move it over to other consoles. And I've been posting on the Facebook ads lately saying that it's probably not a good idea to invest in this game if you're expecting a full game, because this is not a full game. There's a story to it. They just recently added a quest feature that kind of teaches you how to play the game, but even before that, it's not a complete game. It's not full. There's really nothing to officially do. You survive, and in single player, it's a pretty boring game. They mentioned that they're going to have split screen multiplayer, which I think could bring a lot of value to a game that would otherwise feel empty, but that still doesn't change the fact that it doesn't feel good. You know, it just doesn't feel like something that needs to move on to console right now. The Stone Pimps have been fairly quiet lately about patches for future updates with the PC version. And the last 6 months, I'd say they've been really quiet with updates. And now I see the reasoning is that they were looking to do brand deals with another company that would start working on the game for console and not for PC, while the Stone Pimps are left to do PC. So I'm not trying to make a smear video, honestly. I'm not trying to make this something saying that you shouldn't buy this game or you won't enjoy this game if you buy it, but if you expect a full game, don't invest in this, because it's not a full game. It's nowhere near a full game. There's an incredibly expansive crafting system, but the crafting is buggy as all hell. there's servers, and there's a lot of multiplayer action going on, and a lot of people absolutely adore this game. But by no means is this a complete game. So I've given you a little taste of what the game looks like and feels like, and I'm kind of disappointed, honestly, that they're moving it over to console the way that they are, or as soon as they are, because this game is still early alpha. This game is not ready to move over to console, if you ask me. And, you know, a lot of people may end up disagreeing with me, and I've gotten quite a bit of flack over the Facebook ads just for stating this stuff like this, but, you know, I, as a longtime gamer, which isn't worth much, I know, I, as a longtime gamer and as a early access supporter, think that, you know, maybe what I have to say might matter a little bit. Maybe not to the fun pimps, or maybe not to a large portion of the world, but to the people who are looking for information on this game and don't want to go into it blind. Now, I understand $30 isn't a huge price tag, but keep in mind, as far as I know, it's not going to be refundable. They're offering it, they say they're going to offer it in disc as well as downloadable format, but I don't know, it just seems funky, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, and maybe I'm not part of the Fun Pimps crew, and this doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm thinking that it just, I don't know, it's hard to put it into words, honestly. It just feels like a cash grab. I don't know the Fun Pimps personally, nor do I know them on any level besides I play their game, but from what I've seen in the past 6, maybe 7 months, this game just doesn't feel like they're putting a lot of work into it. It's come a long way, I'll say that, but it feels like they are now moving in the wrong direction in comparison to where they were before. Fuck. Alright. Anyway, I just wanted to get my opinion out there because I feel like it hasn't really been talked about yet. There hasn't been any videos coming out about it, at least not from any channels I'm familiar with, and I wanted to make sure that at least one person had their opinion out there about this game, especially having to do with people who are looking to potentially invest in the game but don't want to lose out on, you know, what might be $30 or half of a AAA developer game for, you know, any upcoming games. And I don't want people to go into it blind and make the same mistakes that I've made before with early access games and get burnt on it and then, you know, feel like it's not something you can contribute to, because I feel like there's a lot that can be contributed to with early access games, but I don't know that this is the right one to do on console. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed my video, and I'll see you later, I guess.